Salut Alex.
Salut.
Ça tombe sur la bonne journée, mais je voulais te parler du 4-2-5, de l'inspiration que ça peut représenter au sein de l'équipe. C'était déjà là en 2023, on dirait que ça l'a atteint un autre niveau. Qu'est-ce que ça veut dire pour toi?
C'est juste une continuité de toute l'histoire qu'on a derrière les Alouettes de Montréal. Que les Alouettes de Montréal, c'est pas nécessairement juste une équipe de foot, mais on a une histoire derrière ça. Puis je pense que Darcy, le colonel Darcy Molstad, là, qui est venu nous parler de cette histoire-là là, à travers les 2 dernières années. Puis je pense que là, cette année, on peut aller encore plus en profondeur dans l'escadron 4-2-5, puis tout ce qu'ils ont fait pendant les guerres mondiales, puis que c'était une communauté francophone qui se sont joints. Puis, tu sais, comme vraiment toute l'histoire derrière ça, je pense que ça fait juste nous ramener à on est différents. Les Alouettes ont vraiment une histoire différente, une histoire qui est réelle, des choses qui se sont passées dans la vraie vie. Puis après ça, on ramène ça aux Alouettes de Montréal, puis ça construit encore plus la communauté du Québec, qu'on est spécial à cause de notre langue, puis qu'on est différent, puis on a été colonisé d'une façon différente. Puis je pense que ça ramène les gars ensemble, surtout que, on s'entend, l'armée, ça peut un peu ressembler à l'aspect du football, dans le sens que, surtout les séries, il n'y a pas de match sans lendemain. Fait que, tu peux mourir sur le terrain de bataille à la guerre, mais ici, bon, on ne meurt pas, là, mais ça reste qu'on peut se dire, ben il n'y a pas de lendemain. Fait que, on donne tout ce qu'on a. Là. Fait que c'est comme des liaisons de même qu'on réussit à faire à chaque année, puis je pense que ça nous rassemble beaucoup. Là.
Je voulais te poser une question sur Alexander, pas dans le sens de sa blessure, mais toi, à quel moment, quand tu as regardé ce jeune corps arrière-là, tu as vraiment compris qu'il allait être quelque chose de spécial?
Après qu'il m'ait foulé les 2 pouces en me lançant le ballon tellement fort, j'ai réalisé qu'il avait un bon bras. Mais c'est vraiment, à force de le côtoyer puis réaliser que son aspect compétitif n'a pas... C'est dur à égaler, là, honnêtement, là, pour un gars comme Alexander. Peu importe tout ce qu'il fait, il se donne à 110 % puis son seul et unique but est de gagner. Puis après ça, il peut avoir du fun. Mais il va avoir du fun une fois qu'il va avoir gagné. Puis je pense que c'est vraiment ça qu'on est capable de voir. Puis même sur le terrain, on peut voir que les jeux, il ne veut pas abandonner les jeux. Il veut réussir à au moins créer quelque chose avec chacun de ses jeux. C'est pour ça qu'on le voit sortir de la pochette, continuer à courir. Puis même le dernier match, on a vu, là, c'est littéralement lancé d'un gars. Puis il est revenu baraquer un peu là, de son off-season. Fait qu'il a été capable d'utiliser ça pendant la match pour aller chercher quelques verges supplémentaires. Puis je pense que les gars répondent bien à ça. Là.
James Fredek from Canadian Press. Alex was talking last week about how the special teams is kind of a dance, you know, a rhythmic dance on the returns. Do you feel your synchronism is back with, you know, since you're back from the injury, and how do you fit in that rhythm?
I think it's getting back. Yeah, like you said, I've been hurt a lot of the year, but I've been at practice. We've been getting on one accord. Our chemistry is definitely getting back to where it was, but prior to me getting hurt. So I'm ready to see what it's looking like in the Grey Cup for sure. Last week was really just a test. I mean, they did a lot of different style punts and onside kicks, so you didn't really get to see as much as returning from me as I'm sure you would have liked or I would have liked, but I think you'll see a lot more this week for sure.
Hey, salut Alex. Comme tu le sais, là, les Alouettes ont un historique contre les Riders à la Coupe Grey. Les conquêtes de 2009, 2010 sourient déjà, fait que j'imagine que tu as des bons souvenirs de ça. Puis là, c'est à ton tour là, de revêtir l'uniforme des Alouettes et d'affronter les Riders. Comment tu vis ça là, quand tu prends du recul? Puis où est-ce que tu étais en 2009-2010 quand tu avais regardé ces matchs-là de la Coupe Grey?
Ben moi, qu'est-ce qui est drôle, c'est que j'ai vécu les 2 côtés de l'histoire. J'ai été 3 ans à Saskatchewan. Fait que j'ai entendu l'histoire de la Coupe Grey, que les Rough Riders avaient perdu la Coupe Grey à cause du 13e homme sur le terrain et tout. Puis là, par la suite, je reviens à Montréal. Puis là, ben, on me parle de cette histoire-là. Puis on dirait que je reçois les 2 côtés de la médaille de cette histoire-là. Là. Mais tu sais, ça fait juste montrer à quel point que c'est super important d'être sur le synchronisme. C'est des choses tellement banales que tu dis... On a fait toute la saison on and off du terrain, être 12 sur le terrain, puis que là, au match de la Coupe Grey, tu ne peux pas te permettre ce genre d'erreurs, des erreurs d'inattention, que ce soit un 13e homme, que ce soit un manque de couverture. Puis on aurait pu le voir dans la dernière partie contre Hamilton, on sentait que c'était serré puis que ça allait être l'équipe qui allait faire le moins d'erreurs possible. Puis je pense que ça va être encore ça, cette game-ci. En 2009, où est-ce que j'étais quand je regardais ces matchs-là? Mais honnêtement, moi, je voyais les Alouettes comme des... C'était l'ère Calvillo, je les voyais comme des invincibles. Fait que je n'étais pas surpris nécessairement qu'ils gagnent cette Coupe Grey-là, puis qu'ils trouvent une façon de la gagner, puis qu'ils aient répondu. Là. Mais c'était un peu vague. Là. Mais j'ai entendu les 2 histoires là, de chacun des côtés. Là.
Oui. Puis bon, au niveau du match, les Riders ont un excellent retourneur de beauté. Vous avez été les meneurs en termes de couverture de beauté. Mais justement, là, Alfred, son surnom, c'est Super Mario. Qu'est-ce que vous allez devoir faire là, pour le contenir? Parce que il peut changer l'allure de la rencontre avec un retour à tout moment.
Définitivement. Les bottées, va falloir qu'ils soient bien positionnés. Ça, c'est super, super important. Là, que on réussisse à pas nécessairement on punter plus proche des sidelines pour vraiment limiter l'espace que lui peut avoir parce qu'une fois qu'il prend sa vitesse, c'est quelqu'un qui est dur à arrêter, puis il attaque les trous, puis il est décisif. Fait que ça va être vraiment de être le plus proche possible, attaquer les blocs, y donner le moins d'aller possible, puis qu'on limite son momentum. Là, parce qu'une fois qu'il prend son air d'aller, après ça devient une équipe qui est extrêmement dure à contrer là, sur les retours de beauté. Merci. No, so we're talking about like the Grey Cup between the Montreal Alouettes and in Saskatchewan, and that I started my career. I played 3 years for the Riders, so I heard the two sides of the story about that Grey Cup, about like that losing side and about that winning side after coming back to Montreal. So that was what I was saying. That I heard the two sides of the story, and during the Grey Cup is going to be something special to make sure that everyone's in line, and something as usual as being 12 on the field can be deciding for the Grey Cup. And I think this week's going to be something that less errors we make, the better chance of winning we're going to have. Merci.
James, I'll start with you. How does Davis-Alexander change the complexion of this entire team? The numbers show it. You're dominant with him in the lineup versus the other guys that have started at quarterback. What does Davis do to take this team to another level?
I think it's just him being him. We ride behind him and how he acts and how he gives off energy, and we just love to stand behind a guy like that. We all see him talk stuff and get in defenders' faces, and we do the same thing. You know, you don't usually see a quarterback doing that, but when our quarterback does that, we have to get behind our quarterback. So.
Do you like him talking trash, whether it's at the podium or on the field?
Yeah, of course. I feel like any football player would love to see their quarterback talking trash. And like I said, if he's talking trash, we're going to be right behind him talking trash with him.
Alex, what about you? How does Davis-Alexander elevate perhaps your play in the team overall?
Just puts the mindset. He has a different mindset of like a usual quarterback, especially with the way he came back up the offseason built like he was. And then coming with leadership and just putting his body on the line every game, and that's just the way we roll. We're a passionate football team, and we want to give everything for the Montreal Alouettes, but for the province of Quebec, and that's really, really important. And I feel that our identity is about that, and we just want to give everything, and our quarterback represents exactly everything we want to represent. So that's amazing for us to have a guy like Davis on our side.
Alexandre, you mentioned that you started your career in Saskatchewan. How much extra juice does that add to this matchup for you?
It's been 6 years, so of course I've came I played with still a lot of guys that's still on the other side. It's just fun for myself just because it makes me rethink of how everything started. Being undrafted in Saskatchewan gave me a chance on special team. I have been on the PR for a full year in Regina. And then afterwards, 9 years later, being here representing the Montreal Alouettes for my hometown team, it's just something special that you rethink during the week and everything. I'm just happy for the guys that are for Saskatchewan that's been working for the last 9 years. I've met them, and it's just fun for them that they can come to the Grey Cup, and we're gonna be fighting for the Grey Cup.
I think a lot of people are expecting this stadium to be pretty green on game day. What did you learn about Rider Nation during your time in Regina?
They're passionate. They are really, really passionate. And I was telling a story about on a French conference. I was saying that I was in Toronto, and we were just eating during breakfast for a Toronto game, and we were dressed as normal with no riders, no nothing. And then when it was time to pay the bill, some fans just paid the bill for us, and they were like, yeah, it's on us, and thank you. But we were just special team guys. It was just me and a teammate, just special team guys, and they recognized us, and they just say, hey, you guys have a good game. So that was something special for me, and realizing that they really know everything about the game, and they're really passionate about their game and their team. And it was a fun place to play during those 3 years. And yeah, it's going to be passionate for sure.
Hey guys, Josh Freistam with the Winnipeg Free Press. Maybe James, I'll go to you. Just on the flip side of that, I think the local crowd might be, although there might be a lot of green in the stadium, the local crowd actually might be in favor of you guys over their Prairie rival. Just maybe take me through your feelings on that. Does that get you excited, the fact that you guys might have a little bit of extra support beyond your own fans in the crowd?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's a long ways away from Montreal, so I don't know how many fans will get here. But the Winnipeg fans, as far as the people at the airport and everybody helping us out, you know, they've been great. You know, I really appreciate them, and as far as my teammates do as well. So we'd love to see them cheering for the blue, but if they want to cheer for green, that's fine too.
Alex, you guys were both on this team a couple years ago, but I'm just curious, can you draw any parallels between the two teams, the one that was here in 2023 versus 2025?
There's a lot. It's funny because there's a lot of similarities between 2023 and this year, just with the ups and downs that we've had during this season and during 2023. During 2023, we were ranked probably 9th with a different owner, different head coach, different quarterback and everything. So, and then we just fought our way through. We had at some point during the season like 5 or 6 games losing streak during 2023. And we just found a way to start winning, and afterwards we went for a streak of 5 games, and then we just didn't lose until the Grey Cup. And I feel like this year we were struggling with the injuries, and then there was ups and downs, but never during those 2 moments there was a finger pointing. So no one was finger pointing. We were just working hard, and never at that point. And it's funny to say when, like, I think all the month of August we didn't win a game. So it's like five games that we didn't win, but never did it change our mindset that we always thought we were a good football team. And then something's going to be clicking, and at some point we didn't do nothing special to change anything. We just kept working, kept doing every day what we had to do, and we knew that something was going to click, and no one was finger pointing or anything. And then that's why we ended up this season with a 5-game winning streak, and then of course we lost that last one. But then we just went back and started playing Alouettes football.
Who's over here? Matthew Chenet with TSN. Take us through the 30 cal challenge and how punishing and important it was, especially during that losing streak.
Yeah, 30 cal is something special, man. It's not something special fun for us. It's just behind the passion of Jason Moss about working hard and doing things that you don't necessarily want to do, but you have to do it, so it just makes you do it. And it wraps up even during the off season no one is watching us. So if you don't want to work out or anything, you can just don't go work out, and no one's gonna be like, hey, you missed that workout or anything. And it's the same thing with the 30 cal. 30 cal, you don't want to do it, you don't feel like doing it. I'm not a guy that is anxious. I'm not a guy that is stressed in life in any way. But the morning that I know that I'm going to, and I'm pushing that 30 cal as far as I can. We can do it day 1, day 2, 33. I'm pushing it day 4 at that last moment. And that morning, that ride to go to do the 30 cal, I can feel a little bit of anxiety just because I know that it's hard. I'm going to be paying afterwards. I'm going to have to put my legs up. But we just do it, and everyone does it, and we're all in the same boat, and that's represent what we're all about.
James, where was the bike in the locker room relative to everyone's lockers? Where was it, and how did guys treat that bike, knowing that when their time came, they got to get on it and get the 30 cal?
Yeah, it was in the weight room. It was in the middle of the weight room, and some people avoided it. I don't know too many people on the team who actually liked the bike. We saw it getting packed up, and we were shaking our heads, but we knew what it was. Like he said, Jason Moss is big on that, putting in work, and we're going to put that work in regardless whether it's on the field or doing the 30 cal.
Is it here? Did they?
Yeah, they brought it.
And do you have to do it this week?
Yes.
And very quickly about Jose Maltos Diaz, just his mentality. We talk so much about Davis Alexander's bravado and his confidence, but what have you seen out of your kicker this year?
Resiliency. Yeah, and he's been on a journey, just knowing him and his way to from Mexico to the NFL, and then coming back with all the different programs. And then he's been on PR and just working his craft and trusting the process and everything. And last year, because of injury, he got his chance, and then he proved, and then we gave him the key of the cars, the keys of the car this year, and he just didn't disappoint. He just kept working hard and staying focused and being there for the team. And you can see it with the teammates that everyone knows his story. We're just so happy for Jose, and he just deserves every cheer that he gets, just because he's been working so hard and staying focused and working hard on his journey.
Last question. Sure. Derek Taylor from CGOB in Winnipeg. James, could you just describe the increasing quality of punting in this league and what it asks of you as a returner?
It's a lot, because, back at home, it's really not too many different type of kicks. They'll spiral kick it, and we can fair catch it and be done with the play. But out here, you can drop kick it, you can do a regular spiral kick, you can banana kick it, and we've practiced all that with Zima. Luckily, I have him because I'm starting to get used to him. But it's different for sure, but it's more exciting. With that 5-yard halo, I have to return it, so that's one big thing that I definitely like doing out here. So.
It seems you get pressed to run horizontally a lot more. You don't get necessarily clean catches or the ball's skidding off the ground, or goodness knows it's going to bounce some way no one's expecting.
Yeah, like I said, them kicks are crazy, especially like last week. Like I said, it was a bunch of onside kicks that I had to just make sure I caught the ball, and I didn't realize the guy was onside, so luckily I looked the ball in, and he tackled me as soon as I caught it, which is kind of similar to back at home. Like, if I don't fair catch it, they can hit me as soon as I touch the ball, so that kind of brought me back a little bit. But, yeah, it's a different variety, but I'm getting used to it, and I enjoy it.
Isaac, I'll start with you. What does Davis Alexander do to this team to make it so dominant when he starts?
Yeah, I mean, I'll start by saying this. It's not only when he starts, but him just being around, being in the facility, being present. Because, throughout the year he didn't start games. But he truly is the definition of Montreal football and the definition of the province of Quebec. His dedication to the game, dedication to the fellowship of this team is exactly what, we need and what we thrive on. And it's just a blessing to be able to have him in the organization.
James was in here earlier and said he likes seeing Davis Alexander trash talk at the mic or on the field, and that it gets the guys fired up. As a defender, does it do the same for you?
I mean, it doesn't really change the way I play, but I love how he approaches the game, and I think he plays it the right way, and, whatever is his motivating factor is good for him, I'm fine with. So, yeah, I like his approach to the game.
And Darnell, for you, how does Davis Alexander make this team unbeatable? He's 13-0 with his team.
Yeah, I think just his mindset. He's an ultimate competitor. He does things the right way and his way, and it doesn't necessarily matter what other people think. I don't really think he cares too much about what other people think, and I think that's kind of what makes him him. He's a great man, great football player, and he's a leader of this football team.
Matthew Schneider, TSN. As much as everyone is giving so much deserved praise to Davis, and I know how much you two take motivation out of everything, how much does it motivate you that sometimes, and perhaps do you feel that you guys are being overlooked? Darnell, I talked to you about it and what happened in that Grey Cup in '23 and how you guys shut down the Bombers, specifically in the third and fourth quarter. Do you think this defense is getting the respect it deserves?
You asking me? I've been saying since I got here, I've been feeling like we've never really got the respect we deserve, and I'm going to stay true to that. I just feel like, I don't know what it is, but we don't really care, and I think that's part of being an Alouette. Alouette tough, and we just do things the right way. We do things our way, and we don't care what people have to think about it. We don't care if they don't respect us or not. We're just going to come ready to work, and we're going to be anybody in our way. That's the plan, so.
Me as well. Well, yeah, like you said, just reiterating the fact that it's not really, this is what we signed up for as defenders. It's never going to be the prettiest plays being made. They're not going to look at the tackles and look at it the same way as yards after catch or any sort of offensive statistic. And that's just part of being a defender. And if you're thinking about that and you're a defender, then you're playing on the wrong side of the ball. We don't care about any of that stuff. We don't care about the outside perspective. We don't. The respect thing, that's something that we're never going to get. That's not something that we care about. We're just going out there to play defense and then to do our job. You know, for us, we don't exist. It's the task at hand, and I think that you know, we show that every time we step on the field.
I asked James and Alexandre about the 30 cal challenge, and I got their perspective on it. What are your perspectives on how important that is to, as punishing as it is, but as important as it is to the team's culture?
Yeah, I think it's just doing something that you really don't want to do. You know, and I don't think anybody really thrives off doing the 30 cal challenge, you know, but it's something that we've instilled in this organization. Coach Moss has instilled in it, and it's just about doing things right, doing things the right way. We've been doing it all year, been doing it since I got here, and I don't think it's ever going to stop. So it's just, you know, sometimes it's not just about football, it's about life too. I think that in life sometimes, especially as grown men, we have to do things that we don't want to do, but we have to do, whether that's for your family, for your loved ones, or for your household. We got to do things we don't want to do. And I think that's just, to play on this football team, you're going to do the 30 cal challenge. And if you don't do it, then you're probably not going to be there too long. Because, I mean, not only does he not put up with it, but as players, you know, we hold each other to it too, you know. It's something that you have to do. So,
yeah, perfectly said. It's just something that is a true test of character. And it's not just the players. The coaches are doing it too. No matter if you're injured, we got people in there doing the 30 cal with just their arms, people in there doing it with just their legs, people with torn ACLs in there doing the 30 cal. Like, it's more than just a challenge. You know, it is a true test of character. And throughout the game, you're going to get tested that way as well. And throughout life, like, you know, Sankey sits here and he talks about it. It's true. We all can sit in this room, you know, it's constant test of character at all points, no matter what happens. You know, and I think we take that personal, and that's one thing. Like, when you get to this level, you know, you have two teams right now that are sitting in the Grey Cup. What's different about those teams? You know, they both believe they should be here. They both believe they deserve to be here. They both believe they're going to win that cup. What's the difference? And I think that's what it comes down to in everything. And so this is our thing. This is one of our things. This is one of our defining parts of our culture that we carry with us, these small challenges, our bird's nest, that, you know, bring us closer as a brotherhood, with the coaches as well, with everyone in our organization. So the 30 cal is more than just a challenge. It is a true test of character for us, and we take pride in it.
Hey guys, Josh Freisam with the Winnipeg Free Press. Isaac, Darnell talked about his Davis's mindset, and not to draw the same answer from you guys, but I'll ask anyways. What about him and his makeup, or that you've seen from him, the fact that he might not be 100% on Sunday, gives you the confidence that you guys still can, I guess, maintain that unblemished record of his going into this one?
Yeah. We'll start with the record. I don't think nobody in our organization cares about that. It's cool, and it's done now. Like, he's got the record, so no one that's past that. But I will say this, man, and, you know, you guys will hear everyone on our team talk about Davis. Davis is an exemplary leader. This guy, when I met him last year in our bird's nest, you know, the competitiveness that you're gonna get playing a game of cornhole is it's almost as much that you're gonna get on the football field. Like, that's how serious this stuff is. It's not even like, it's funny, like a ping pong game. It's that serious. So, you know, we talk about Davis maybe not being at 100%. I'm telling you, mentally, Davis, whatever he is at percentage-wise, man, he's going to go out there and he's going to perform at 1,000%. It doesn't matter. And we're going to sit here and we're going to be talking about this after this game. You know, maybe he's fighting through whatever he's fighting through. Davis, you guys will not notice the difference, man. You won't. And it's the mental toughness. I think that's the sight of a truly mental tough person. You don't know they have a bad day. You don't know anything's wrong with them. Man, he's been smiling since he's got here. Even before, you know, we win that game before. He'll smile through anything. He's lost so much in his life that it just truly shows a mentally tough individual. And that's why we have the ultimate belief in him, and he gives that back to us through his preparation and through his approach.
Just a quick one for Darnell. We talked about there's probably going to be a lot of Ryder Green in the crowd this week, but you guys, I think the home crowd, the local crowd, might actually be in favor of you guys. Just maybe give your quick thoughts or comments on the fact that you guys might have a little extra local support?
Yeah, it's a blessing, you know, that we have fans who are even willing to come out here or locally here that root for us. And it just goes without saying, you know, we're incredibly grateful, thankful, and you know, but ultimately it's the people that's in this group, man. It's the people that's in this organization, and you know, we appreciate all the support we can get. But I mean, if the tides were turned and Saskatchewan had the majority, I mean, it wouldn't matter, you know, because at the end of the day, we got to play a football game. So, like he said earlier, it's going to be a clash of titans, and we're excited.
Derek Taylor from CGOB in Winnipeg. Darnell, what memories do you have of playing for the Riders living in Regina?
Yeah. I mean, I have nothing bad to say about the organization. They treated me well. The fans are very diehard fans. I can say that for sure. The city bleeds green, you know, but you know, that's all I'm gonna say about them. You know, that's I'm gonna give them their credit. You know, hey, they're diehard Rough Rider fans, and I can respect that. So when they're cursing at us and calling us names and all this stuff, I mean, that's what you're supposed to do. You know, if you're a diehard fan and you have someone else who's trying to beat your team, then I don't expect anything different. So,
with where you're at in your career and how long you've been in football, does it mean anything special to you that you are playing a team, one of your old teams?
Yeah, I mean, it's obviously something that you think about, you know, but it's football is business. You know, this is a business. We're professional athletes, and I just feel like that's one of those things that you have to kind of just chalk it up to it's in the past, and I got to do what I got to do to you now. So.
Darnell, you guys played extremely well against the run, you know, the past two games against some really good, you know, tailback and Greg Bell, obviously Brady Oliveira. What are some of the adjustments that were made, you know, compared to the regular season? Because there were at times games where you guys got gashed, you know, on the ground, but you guys have been playing really well, you know, during the playoff against the run. So what has been some of the adjustment made? You know, what has been the difference?
Yeah, I would say just playing assignment sound football. You know, they say just do your part. You know, do your 112. And I think sometimes, obviously, everybody wants to make the play. But I think kind of towards the tail end of the season, and especially this last game, I made sure that we, or not even myself, all of us on defense, and it starts from the head up, from top. They just made sure that we just did our job. You know, don't try to do too much. Don't try to take on a role that you don't have to take on because somebody else already has that role. And if everybody collectively believes in the vision of the defense and how it's designed, then everybody's going to eat and everybody's going to make their play when it's their time to make the play. But the problem is when sometimes, I mean, especially myself, you know, the Mike linebacker, I feel like I have to do this, and this, and I give up a gap, and it's gashed, and it's on me. You know, it's not on anybody else. It's because I'm trying to do too much. And I think all of us have a role in that, you know, and just doing your part, understanding that offense gets paid too. They have great playmakers also, and they're going to make some plays at times. But it's how you adjust, how you bounce back. And, you know, we huddle up throughout the game all the time and we talk about it. We talk to each other, we pump each other up, and we just move forward.